Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you were watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I have some breaking news coming out here for you. So just this morning, I put out a video indicating that the IDF was going to be moving into Rafah pretty soon, the southernmost city of the Gaza Strip, the final city to engage with Hamas and attempt to eliminate them. And right as we had this coming out this morning, now we've got this story coming out that Hamas has accepted Israel's ceasefire deal. Okay, they have accepted it. So now the details of this deal, we aren't really sure exactly what they are, but we did have some ceasefire deal that was offered to Hamas recently that Anthony Blinken, Secretary of State, was going around all over the Middle East and calling for Hamas and garnering support from other countries to push for a ceasefire deal to call for an end to this war in the Gaza Strip. Now, Hamas has apparently accepted a ceasefire deal, and I don't know if it's that one, but what we're hearing here is the announcement does not specify what those terms are in terms of the deal. So we'll probably hear more about this in the coming hours or maybe the coming days as the situation develops. But like I said, I just reported this morning that the IDF is planning their invasion right now. Okay, they're starting to evacuate Palestinians from Rafah. They already moved like around 100,000 from the eastern side of Rafah, so they're going to be moving in here very soon. And right as we hear the announcement of this invasion of the IDF moving into Rafah, now we've got Hamas coming out of their shell and saying, "Okay, we're gonna accept this offer." I don't know if maybe just last minute they're realizing, okay, Israel's not messing around here; they really are coming into Rafah, and maybe they realize that they've got no other choice really. Otherwise, they're going to be potentially destroyed. So I don't know if that's the reason why they're accepting this, but we've got a little bit of information here on the Times of Israel. So let's read this. Hamas says it accepts ceasefire proposal, does not specify the terms. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh, that's him by the way, that was also him in the main waiting screen when you guys came in, tells Qatar's Prime Minister Mohammed bin Abdul Rahman Al Thani and Egyptian intelligence chief Abbas Kamel that the terror group accepts their terms for a ceasefire with Israel, according to an official announcement from Hamas. The announcement does not specify what those terms are. A senior Hamas official tells Al Jazeera the same. Israel has repeatedly said it will not accept a deal, as repeatedly demanded by Hamas, conditioning the release of hostages on the end of the war. On Saturday, furthermore, an official source widely believed to be Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu stated that Israel had not empowered the mediators to issue guarantees of an end to the war either. U.S., Egyptian, and Qatari mediators, have been negotiating with Hamas in recent days over the three-phase proposal greenlit by Israel. The proposal has not been published, but reportedly provides in the first phase for 33 living hostages, women, children, and elderly and the sick, to be freed during a 40-day truce in return for hundreds of Palestinian security prisoners. So this is the most recent proposal that I was kind of discussing here. So we're looking at 33 hostages in the beginning, mainly women, children, and elderly or the sick, to be freed, and then there would be a 40-day truce or ceasefire, right? As per the reported text of the offer, indirect negotiations between Israel and Hamas would begin anew on the 16th day of the truce to set out an arrangement to restore sustainable calm to Gaza over the second and third stages of the deal. In the second phase, all remaining living prisoners would be released during a further 40-day truce. So there'd be even another truce of 42 days, okay? And then all remaining prisoners would be released in return for hundreds more security prisoners, and the IDF would withdraw from Gaza. So the war would be over, and hundreds of security prisoners, I'm assuming these would be Palestinian prisoners or Hamas prisoners that have been taken captive, that would be released as well. The third and final stage of the deal would again last 42 days, and Hamas would reportedly be required to hand over the bodies of those who were killed on October 7th or died in captivity in exchange for bodies of Palestinian security prisoners who died in Israeli custody. So it'd definitely be like a full exchange of everybody's people, basically. The Israelis would come back to Israel if they were taken to Gaza. That would be dead or alive. And then same with Israel. They would release Palestinian prisoners, that are in their jails, dead or alive, back to Gaza. Rehabilitation of the Gaza Strip would begin during the first phase of the deal, starting with the restoration of Gaza's roads, electricity, water, sanitation, and communication infrastructure, preparations for a 5-year reconstruction plan for Gaza's homes and civilian infrastructure would be completed during the second phase of the deal, and construction would be in the third stage. So the final stage would just basically be rebuilding the Gaza Strip. I did report on that as well, probably a couple weeks ago, that Benjamin Netanyahu announced they would be allocating something like 19 billion, I believe. I could be wrong on that number. I think it was 19 billion in supplies for the Gaza Strip to rebuild the homes that have been destroyed, the communities that have been destroyed. Obviously, the majority of the Gaza Strip has been completely wrecked. So they did allocate some funds to help rebuild the communities there. So I'm sure we're going to get more information coming out on this here in the near future, probably sometime today. And if we do, I'll try to cover that either today or tomorrow for you. And but so far it looks like Hamas is accepting this deal. Let's see if this even does anything, though, okay? Israel could just completely ignore this and be like, you know what, we're going in anyway, okay? You waited too long. They could say something like that because they've already mentioned, as it said in the article, that they're not accepting any kind of a deal. So even if Hamas accepts the deal, I would think that Israel would have to accept it as well, right? And I don't know, because it's a proposal that was given to Hamas, so I don't know for sure if Israel has to accept it. But again, they've come out and stated, Benjamin Netanyahu as well, the prime minister, stating that they're not willing to accept any deal. And even if they did have a deal on the table that was accepted, he himself said they were going to go through with this Rafah invasion anyway. So I don't know. I don't know what we're really seeing here. Maybe something will come from this. Maybe it won't. We'll just have to see how things play out here. But let me know what you think down below on what's going to happen now that Hamas has officially, according to this information, accepted the Israeli ceasefire deal in the Gaza Strip. So share your thoughts and concerns down in the comment section. That's going to be it for this update. If you got something out of this update, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, I hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. And we'll see you in the next one.